Welcome back to Sport World, your home of sports news. Let's get right into it. Arsenal picked up their first Champions League win of the season as they beat PSG 2-0 at the Emirates Stadium. The Gunners began their European campaign with a goalless draw away to Atalanta and backed it up in North London thanks to goals from Kai Havertz and Bukayo Saka, with Mikel Arteta's side already firmly on course for the knockout stages. Havertz headed home inside 20 minutes as he scored for the sixth consecutive home match, before Saka's free kick from out wide evaded everyone in the box and beat Gianluigi Donnarumma to double the lead. It was not a particularly thrilling second half, with Arsenal content to sit back and let PSG have the ball, while limiting the visitors to very little in the way of clear-cut chances. The Gunners eased towards the finish line, while a debut for Mikel Merino further capped a successful night for the host. The focus in Europe for Arsenal now shifts to Shakhtar Donetsk's visit to London later this month, before the potentially tricky away trips to Inter Milan and Sporting. Brendan Rodgers urged his Celtic players to take their game to a new level against Borussia Dortmund in Champions League matchday this evening, and they complied with their manager's wishes. Unfortunately, though, the level they hit wasn't the one envisaged by the Parkhead gaffer. The Hoops plummeted to a depth we have not witnessed in years as they disintegrated in the Westfalenstadion, with the Bundesliga side simply taking them apart in an embarrassing one-sided contest. Karim Adeyemi helped himself to a hat-trick with Emre Can and Serhou Guirassy chipping in with a penalty kick each in a whirlwind first half that blew the visitors away. The only brief moment of joy for the 3,500 traveling fans was Daisen Maeda's 9th-minute equalizer, but the cheers were stifled within 2 minutes as the hosts restored their lead in quickfire fashion. Guirassy and Felix Mecha added to the misery with second-half strikes to complete a painful, excruciating encounter for Rodgers' shell-shocked squad. Milan fell to another Champions League defeat, but after the Victor Boniface tap-in, they were frustrated by the crossbar and an Alvaro Morata miss. The Rossoneri had lost the opener 3-1 at home to Liverpool, but won 3 Serie A games on the bounce, including the Milan derby. Alvaro Morata was not fully fit, so Ruben Loftus-Cheek stepped in, with Malik Thiel, Ismail Benacer, Alessandro Florenzi and Marco Sportiello injured. Leverkusen lost only one match throughout last season, the Europa League final to Atalanta, doing the Bundesliga and German Cup double. Xabi Alonso's side won 4-0 away to Feyenoord in the Champions League, and this weekend held Bayern Munich 1-1. Boniface had the ball in the net after 21 minutes with a volley off the inside of the boot from Jeremy Frimpong's cross, but VAR confirmed that the winger was offside. The pressure eventually paid off, as Maignan did manage to parry the Frimpong effort after a Grimaldo backheel flick, but could do nothing on the Boniface follow-up tap-in. Milan had a triple opportunity to equalize soon after, but Lucas Hradecky stuck out one arm to parry the Tijani Rangers finish, with Emerson Royal and Rafael Leao follow-ups charged down. Fofana stung Hradecky's gloves and Milan pinned the hosts back into their own half, Morata almost catching Hradecky napping on a poor back pass. Then his header plucked out of the air. Milan had an extraordinary chance to draw level on 82 minutes when Theo Hernandez's strike looped onto the crossbar and Morata incredibly steered the rebound. After a dismal weekend result that saw them beaten 4-2 by Osasuna, Barcelona's side came into their Champions League clash with young boys on Tuesday desperate to prove a point. Some absolutely beautiful football followed, as Barca's attack dovetailed a devastating effect against their Swiss opponents and secured a 5-0 win. Barcelona had the lead within 8 minutes, as Robert Lewandowski ghosted in at the back post to tap in a cross-come shot from Rafinha. The Brazilian then added a second himself, finishing after Pedri's shot was blocked. Pedri soon turned provider, sending an excellent free kick into the area, which was headed in by Inigo Martinez. And just 5 minutes after the restart, Barca extended their lead after Martinez met a Rafinha corner with a diving header back across goal for Lewandowski, who tapped in. The Blaugrana added a fifth late on, as Alejandro Bold's cross was inadvertently turned into his own net by Mohamed Camara. Manchester City's 4-0 win against Slovan Bratislava in Slovakia took Pep Guardiola's side to 25 consecutive games unbeaten in the UEFA Champions League, equaling the competition record set by rivals Manchester United back in May 2009. Not only is this a record in the Champions League era, but it also extends back through the European Cup era too. Not since the 2021-22 semi-final second leg against Real Madrid have Man City lost a UCL match. That 3-1 defeat in the Bernabeu on the 4th of May 2022 has been followed by a 25-game unbeaten run in which they have won 17 times and drawn 8. Of course, Man City failed to reach the Champions League final last season, after picking up their first UCL title in 2022-23, but their exit in 2023-24 came via two draws in the quarterfinals against Real Madrid before eventually being eliminated in a penalty shootout in the second leg at the Etihad Stadium. City equal the 25-game record set by rivals Manchester United between September 2007 and May 2009 under Alex Ferguson. The Red Devils' run included them winning the competition in 2008, and then 12 matches in the 2008-09 season that saw them reach the Champions League final in Rome, before Barcelona defeated them to 2-0 thanks to goals from Samuel Eto'o and Lionel Messi to win the title and end United's run. That would be all for now. Subscribe, like this video, drop a comment and turn on the notification icon to stay up to date with new content. Thanks.